This is The Meek Informant, your content source for Legend of the Five Rings, published by Fantasy Flight Games. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to The Meek Informant. I am your host, Eric, and with your other host, we got another one.
Hello, it's Nick.
It's Nick. There are two hosts tonight. We are sadly but a pair of peasants tonight. No Johnny, no Adam.
Yep.
But we're going to try and keep you entertained. We don't have a very serious episode tonight. We've got some fun stuff that Nick and I have brewed and come up with. It's kind of off the cuff. Hope you enjoy it.
Just a bit.
We hope you enjoy it just a bit, and then you stop.
Exactly.
So, not too much. Let's temper our expectations.
Yeah.
But before we get started, we wanted to just thank a couple of the people who bring this podcast to your ear holes. Maddie from from Luxury Playstyle is a wonderful sponsor of the show. If you haven't heard us talking about that yet, not sure you've been listening to us for very long. Luxury Playstyle makes great metal tokens for the game and for other games. Luxplay.com is where you can go buy them. We have them on our streams. Check them out and use Lux Informant for 15% off. We'd also like to thank.
I'm excited. I get to show off the new crane tokens.
Yeah.
You saw them briefly, but yeah.
Not in full glorious action. Yeah, I've got a set of the Phoenix. I forget. Manny's got lots of cool names for all the different series, and this is an alternate Phoenix set of tokens that they're.
Scholar
I feel very
or
fancy.
something like that.
Yeah, Elemental Scholar or something.
Yeah,
they're cool.
Yep.
We also would like to thank Midgard Comics and Games in Derry, New Hampshire for sponsoring the show. They are an excellent place to go play cards, play games, run RPGs, play minis. They've got tables in the back. We are playing every Tuesday, playing L5R. So if you're in the area, come hang out with us. We'll be there tomorrow night, which will probably be tonight by the time you're listening to us, or way in the past if you're a future podcast listener. But then just wait for next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And also a hearty thank you to our patrons. Thanks for supporting the show. You guys are great, and you gals are great. And future patrons, go to patreon.com/meekinformant to support the show at any level. We have some, some rewards for. We've got an early bird special for the first 10 backers at the $5 level.
Yep.
We've got some
province
backers.
Well, yeah. So the province backers are normally the $10 level, but now you don't have to choose. You can just get them right at the $5 level. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. First 10 people. They are cool. We are playing with them ourselves, and they're fun. So check them out. We have a picture on our Facebook feed, I think, of what they look like, if you're interested. Yeah. Anyway, on to the show. Nick.
Yes.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about any kind of community happenings that have happened lately in the community of L5R?
Yeah. So the big one is RokuCon. So this is an attempt to kind of get community-driven events off the ground for L5R. There have been, obviously like local events and things like that, but this is an attempt to be like a big deal. So there's a Kickstarter going on. It's run by Trevor Cuba, who has a lot of experience doing. God, I totally lost my train of thought. Doing conventions and stuff like that.
Because I'm typing into the show notes as you're talking.
It's screwing me up. But he's got a lot of experience doing conventions and things like that, not for L5R, but for other games and interests and hobbies. And he's taking that and applying it to L5R to try to create the first fan-made from the bottom up tournament and event generally. So there's a lot of cool stuff there. There's a lot of like Japanese cultural exchange stuff planned. There's obviously a tournament with all custom prizes, um, and just like as much stuff as they can get. Right now, the Kickstarter has 17 days left to go, and it's on October 4th. The convention would be May 1st in South Michigan. Exact location TBD.
2020.
Yes, yeah, 2020. Yeah, well, it would be very hard for it to be 2019.
Well, we could go 2021. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's a plan for a long time.
So yeah, go check it out. It's definitely something that I think is worth supporting, even if you're not sure you'd be able to make it. It gives you some incentive to try to make it. And the L5R community is awesome. And up to now, we've kind of been relying on FFG to do a lot of the organization of tournaments and get-togethers and things like that. Worlds, stuff like that. And it'll be really cool to see some of that torch get passed to the community. We talked about doing something like this locally, but we just didn't have the skill or the funds, I think, to make it work.
Takes some money to like rent places and deal with, I don't know, retainers and all that stuff and prize support. And yeah, it's a lot of work. So
yeah,
Trevor is undertaking it. Go support him. Get the word out. We'll put a link to the Kickstarter in our show notes. We promise. Yeah. Sometimes we forget to do those. Like, we'll put it in our show notes. But we won't do that.
Yeah.
So go check it out. Support it. Any other community happenings? I know Worlds is coming up. That's pretty soon, huh?
Yeah, Worlds is like 6 weeks out.
What date is it?
It's the first week in November. Let me check my calendar real quick here.
Like the 8th is Friday. Is that Friday, or the 1st is the first Friday, I suppose?
Yep, I believe it's that. That first week. So I think I'm flying out on the 5th, and the LCQ is on the 6th.
Okay, so it's in the middle. It starts in the middle of the week.
Yep. Yeah, that should be Wednesday for the LCQ. Yep, Wednesday the 6th, and then it runs through
when
the
they
10th.
Start streaming the actual events?
So I don't know if they're going to do stuff from the LCQ or not. I know that they're planning to do full streams of both cut days, the 6th and 7th, and obviously, or excuse me, both qualifier days and then the cut. So, sorry, they're streaming. I know they're streaming at least the 2 qualifier days and the cut, but I don't know if they're doing the LCQ on the 6th. Oh, the last chance qualifier. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Last chance qualifier, which Adam will be competing in. So. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Any other community stuff that you know about? I haven't heard anything else going on. No, I think that's the big stuff for the moment. All right. Well, with that said, I guess we do have two little listener questions. One is from listener Doug Bari. We should get that clarified. Yeah. It's a short one, but I feel like there's a little bit to unpack here. Oh, yeah. The question is Hotaru or Kawanin? And yeah, we're not sure about what's the question here. Is it like ethically, who are we with, or the card? Well, yeah, I mean, like there's the story thing. And the thing about the story decision is they're both like wrong about what they think is right in completely different ways. But I can't get too deep into that without spoiling a lot from the RPG. But so their cards do completely different things. So like they're brother and sister, right? Yes, yeah. And their current division is basically Kawanin thinks that their father might have been murdered, and Hotaru does not want to look into it because she also suspects that her father might have been murdered by Bayushi Kachiko, who she's in love with. So they both kind of think that he got murdered, but Hotaru like kind of hates her dad, right? Like
She
Yeah,
thinks that
really
he was the
hated her
reason
dad.
her mom like threw herself off of a castle or something, right?
A cliff into the sea.
Yeah.
But yeah,
See, I know some more things.
there you go.
Aren't you proud of me?
Yeah. And he was also just like a jerk to her growing up in general. Like the impression that I get is that she was supposed to be the heir, so she had to be perfect. And then Kuanin was kind of the favored son because, he had the ability to screw up and also like looked up to his dad a lot and didn't see like that kind of harsher side that Hotaru saw.
She was
So
under more pressure.
exactly.
So the cards, though, let's talk about the cards. There's 2 Hatarus,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, the core set. So both of them are 5 cost, 3 military, 6 political, 3 glory. The core set one is a Bushi champion and has the ability, basically reaction after you claim a ring, and it has the hidden text as the attacker. Resolve that ring's effect. The as the attacker thing is just because you can technically do it on defense, but the attacker in the text of all these rings gets to choose what happens with the ring. So there are like a very few edge cases where like you can force them to use the void ring on the only fate on the board that happens to be on their side, but that's not very likely. Also, there's the new version that just came out. Yeah, she gained the courtier trait, which is nice because she's got 6 political.
Yeah, it would seem like she should probably be one of those.
Right? You would think.
It's just, innately.
Yeah. Like most cranes should come with it, to be honest. But
It's just every crane is a courtier.
yeah. And her ability is actually really cool. I love it. It's a reaction after an opponent plays a card during a conflict in which this character is participating. Gain 1 honor, unlimited. So reverse watch commander.
Yeah. That sounds like just about as annoying as Watch Commander.
Not really.
Except you can
doesn't, like,
see it
kill you.
coming a little better. I mean, I guess you can always sort of see, like, I don't know, you're always sort of nervous that Watch Commander's coming down if you're playing Crab, but somebody's got to buy Hataru in the Dynasty phase. So
Right. Yeah, and she costs a lot more, and you've got to see her. Dynasty is harder to see than Conflict, obviously, because you're drawing fewer cards, and like overall, she's just way less of a big threat. But
Nick, are you there? She's way less of a big threat, but oh no, Nick's gone. Okay, Nick's back.
yeah, mine's awful. It occasionally just does this.
Way less of a big threat, but
Than like Watch Commander. But if you're doing the honor run thing, I feel like she provides that last little oomph to get you over the top. So I've been playing an honor runner a lot recently, and she's kind of an all-star in it. So
I can imagine. Whereas the old Hataru is not really an all-star. Lately.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you even run her? Like, do Crane generally run old Hataru anymore?
A lot of people have been running her as like a 1X because with Asahina Takamori, you want a bunch of different high-cost characters to trigger.
Yeah.
So you don't
he's
just
the 0/0.
Yes, who after you buy a Crane character, you can choose a character with equal or lower printed cost, and that character cannot assign as an attacker or defender, which is
right. So
amazing.
she's like a bomb for that.
Right. And then she
5
also
cost.
happens to be like huge stats, and her ability is sometimes relevant.
It's almost always a pain in the butt when she attacks. So
yeah. If nothing else, your opponent will probably drastically overcommit trying to stop her, which is not a bad thing.
Okay, so Kawanin then what's his ability? I don't
So
have the card up.
he's a 5 cost, 5 military, 4 political, 3 glory. And the interesting thing is both of them have the champion trait because there's like a civil war and they don't agree over who should be and who really is the champion. And New Hotaru has the text, if you control Doji Kuwanin, discard him. Kuwanin has the text, if you control Doji Hotaru, discard her. So if you ever buy one while the other is out, they kill each other.
They can't play nice together.
Exactly. Anyway, his text is during a military conflict at which this character is participating, choose a character with equal or lower military skill, and they have to be participating, and bow that character. So it's like an ultra fair version of Lion's Pride Brawler.
Yeah. It doesn't seem as good. I don't know. Those busted core cards just make everything hard to compare against when it's like, oh, it's underwhelming.
Yeah, but when you consider that he's very easy to get to an 8, right? All you need to do is honor him, and you're playing Crane. So
That's true. That's a little different, I guess, than
yeah, and the
than
current deck.
LPB. What? Sorry.
Yeah, LPB can hit people outside the conflict, but she starts out at a 3, so you've got to invest a bunch into her to get her up to like hit some of the bigger targets. So a lot of
Right.
times she's going to like take a political body out of the fight or something. But
I begin to suspect you don't even care about the truth.
yeah, Kuanen's kind of right about that.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
I mean,
I like how when these
does.
cards were spoiled, sort of, or pseudo spoiled, or was it the stupid? It was the like the province backers that FFG offered.
Yep.
There was like their two art that both halves of the art were put out, but like separate, and people started having conspiracy theories about a civil war, and they were right.
There was a ton of stuff about no, it wasn't going to be a civil war. The conspiracy theory, like the basic was like, okay, well these two can't be in the same, like you can't control them at the same time. That's obviously some conflict, and they've been fighting in the story and all this.
Oh, that's
But
true.
then the conspiracy theory was, well, actually, if you line up the wall behind them in this way, there's enough room between them that maybe they're fighting somebody else, and like a whole bunch of stuff like that, like
Ah,
of like people lining up the different images in different ways and trying to like figure out how far apart they were based on the angle of the wall behind them and all this other
wow.
madness. Yeah.
At least may it never be said that an L5R player has too little time on their hands.
Exactly.
That is crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, no, things got a little weird there for a while before it just like they released the full art eventually and it's like, yeah, they're fighting each other. Deal with it.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Like in general, I'm on Team Hotaru, I think, cuz Kuanen's a brat, but like they're both wrong. That like Kuanen is definitely right. They should look more into her dad's death and she's definitely right to think that uh he doesn't.
Uh-oh. It's Nick again. Oh, this is fun for everyone at home. Nick has a terrible microphone that cuts out sometimes. Hey, Nick, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. My microphone, not good. Anyway, yeah.
You were mid thought about Kawanan, but I lost it.
They're both kind.
Oh no! Don't do, Nick. People, we're gonna lose listeners.
God.
Okay, you're back. Let's stick with this. Let's move on from Hataru and Kawanan.
Yes.
We had another question. Actually, this was like a discussion topic more than a question from the Court Games podcast. What are your feelings on spoilers? Just in general, like, do we like seeing spoilers? No, there's a couple ways to interpret this. Are we talking about the onesie twosie spoilers that we get from FFG and their official things, or what I think this was focused on was like the vast actual spoilers that got leaked and was released en masse to the community. So we have basically a full cycle's worth of cards spoiled to us up front before we can get them.
Yeah, and I think the context of this is definitely focused on that second one because the full tweet mentioned something about there being like some rumors about Cycle 4 spoilers being out there, which I have not seen, but like, yeah,
No.
that would be crazy, right?
Yeah.
So that was, it was like, hey, there's rumors of this. What are your guys' thoughts on spoilers? So I got to think that they're talking about, non-FFG approved leaks.
Sure.
More than
So
anything.
the bad one. So I'll give my take on it, and then you might have some deeper thoughts. I'm not sure, but mine is that. So I'm not into it. I don't like it. So I saw all the spoilers for like the whole cycle, this current cycle, right? I think at least I saw them all. First of all, it's too much information for me to like process all at once and feel out like what the differences are, or like what the combinations that I should be putting together are. And to like see cards in context of actually playing a game is very different than just reading it on a card. So I don't love that. I like to get them in, a pack or two. You start to like slowly become familiar over time and internalize what these things do.
Yeah.
And also, it sort of like kills a little bit of it for me. As mostly a dragon player at the time when I saw those, I saw all the stuff that was like coming up for dragon, and I was kind of like, well, I'm sort of disappointed. And it doesn't seem like strong enough to dig dragon out of the hole that they're in, and sort of got a little bit bummed out about it. I don't know if that, happens to you, like seeing some of the other crazy cards coming out. And I was like, well, that sort of stinks. And maybe was sort of the final nail in the coffin for me. Like, okay, I got to switch off dragon now because there's not even any hope for me. That's how I felt anyway at the time. I could be wrong about all that, and maybe dragon will be fine. Don't mean to poo-poo on the clan if anyone's a diehard dragon player, but anyway, what are your thoughts, Nick? Or is Nick there? Nick, you're muted. I see you turning your green. Nick.
This is going to be some great listening.
It is. Here, you're back.
Yep. So I like spoilers, but I do get like what you're saying. Like there was one, so I tend to dive directly into them and like memorize them because I'm insane. So like that part, about like the surprise and everything, I'm not like big on, like opening a pack and not knowing what's in it. Like I like to know all that stuff up front if I can.
Well, so I'm not interested in being surprised when I open the pack. Although that's fun when I just bought a bunch of Arkham stuff to get caught up with the current Arkham Horror card game, and there were cards in there I've never seen before, and that was kind of fun to read through. But I'm talking about like getting spoilers from FFG a pack at a time, like smaller bite-sized chunks. That's all.
Yeah, no, and I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Like on the one hand, you're right. It does kind of stink to just be able to look ahead and like despair if your clan's not getting much or it's not getting stuff
Right.
you like. But like I'm on the other side right now where like FFG was like, okay, we don't think Pack 6 is going to be legal for Worlds. In fact, we're certain Pack 6 won't be. Pack 5's the maybe. And there's a card in Pack 6 that I really want. So like now I'm disappointed that Worlds isn't like a month later so I can play with this card.
What card is? Oh, can we? Yeah,
It's it's been okayed, but it's Kakita's Final Stance, which is kind of like Clarity of Purpose, but for military conflicts and for duels instead of like if you can't be bowed during the conflict, and if you participate in a duel that conflict, you don't bow as a result of resolution, which is so good, so good.
Yeah, that's real good for Crane right now.
Yeah. So, but I don't get it.
Is it an event? Does it cost?
Yeah, one cost event.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's pretty good. I can see why you'd want that.
Right, and I don't get it until
Well,
post Worlds.
haha. You shouldn't have looked. It's your fault for getting spoiled.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I like seeing everything in one kind of like the little packs are not enough for me, I guess, to be released all at once.
So we need to find some middle ground. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. I really liked the 6 and 6, where we just got a pack every week, and then the whole cycle was out. You could play with all the toys.
Yeah, that seems. I don't know. Yeah, I can see the pros and cons of like a longer, slower burn. Getting a little bit of time, keeping things moving, but less of a fast-paced change rate. than 6 and 6, or just dumping it all in 6 weeks and then you get a while to things settle and you play.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's something that else that happened in the community that might be worth looking at for people. They did an FFG live stream with some of the designers, and one of the things that came up, they didn't talk too much about L5R, but one of the things that came up was that basically the first time they did the 6 and 6 for Imperial Cycle, people really liked it, and I think that was just it was getting a bunch of cards out there for this brand new game. It was going to be great. And then the second time they did it, people were way more mixed to negative on it, so they don't think they're going back to that format, which is too bad. I preferred it, but it looks like people just did not like having that huge drought of cards later too.
Yeah. Yeah, and right. They spent all the time designing the cards, and then they kind of it's all gone up front all at once. So
Yep. Yeah.
they got to spread it out a little. They also did all but confirm basically that they're when rotation happens, they will be looking to do a similar core 2.0 kind of reset that similar to what they did in Netrunner, if people are familiar, where they take cards from the first cycle and they remove cards problem cards from the core set and replace them with cards that they want to keep in the rotating first cycle, which is beautiful for people who already own all the product because they don't need to go out and buy anything if they don't want to. I don't know if in this game they're going to do new alt arts for everything. Like
I was going to say, that's what they did in Netrunner, right? Like
Netrunner, yeah,
the
lots
stuff that got
of
ported over got alt art.
Not everything did, but
okay,
stuff that like the art style had become more concrete over time, and it no longer looked like it fit anymore.
Yeah,
there was some like cartoony cards that they just didn't really fit. Like they were very dissonant with the rest of the art. They removed those. This game has very little dissonance in the art as far as I've seen. There's a few cards that are a little like hokey. But they sort of got that right from the start. So I could see them not necessarily even doing that, but they also kind of use that to entice, the people who already own the game to buy it. Even though they didn't need to. So that's kind of cool. I like that model. It helps to reinvigorate the game at that point too, because like, okay, 6 packs just rotated out. Now you just can buy this, new core. The game is hopefully a little better balanced at this point. There's been time to mature. People will hop in.
So it's actually going to be the first 2 cycles rotating out when it happens. So.
Right, the first 2. Yeah, the pull cards from the first 2. They that was their sort of the plan they did with Netrunner as well. 2 cycles at a time.
Yep. But it is much faster.
6 packs.
I think it was like 8 cycles before they rotated in Netrunner. So they're doing it at the start of the 5th.
Yeah, 7 or 8. Yeah.
So
anyway, so that's cool.
Kind of good.
I think that's it. We had the discussion topic. Spoilers. I don't know. Those are my feelings on them.
I don't know. I really like spoilers. I'll just say that. I really like them. I think FFG needs to do more of them. I think people are really hungry to see like new cards and think about them and stuff like that. And FFG does not do nearly enough of that.
Right. Yeah, I think they could stand to do quite a bit more of that and just more frequent like updates on there. They have their planned packs, but lately it's been feeling like there's not quite enough L5R content on the news releases. Like the stories are, I like the stories, but I don't find time to read them as much. I'm much more interested in seeing, new cards. And there's a lot of cards they don't spoil. So
yeah, that is true.
They could do more.
Yeah.
Like they could break each of their announcements up into 2 announcements and they just do more spoilers. And I think most people would probably be happier.
Yeah, I agree. And like they do break it up a bit. Like they'll do like this is the other clan stuff in this lion pack or something like that. But like that's still, I mean, it was how long between, hey, the lion pack is coming out and the, hey, here's some more cards from the lion pack, like that was like months.
Yeah, I'm cutting them a little slack on the lion pack because it seems like for a couple of different FFG products, like I know that, so in Arkham, there was a box that just released called Return to the Path to Carcosa. And that got held up a little bit. And I think there was a lot of reports of miscuts on product.
Right.
A lot of cards that were miscut. So I think that they may have experienced like some of their production, like chain like had some problems and they had quality issues. So maybe they were just trying to get that fixed. I'm going to basically give them the benefit of the doubt that they were trying to do right by us, but they just, their policy on like just being quiet on that kind of stuff, it's not the best.
Yeah, I thought the Jade Throne guys had a decent point on that though, where maybe you just don't want to like piss off your supply chain by throwing them under the bus. I buy
Sure.
it.
Yeah, they're right, stuck in a rock and a hard place, between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. But like
inside of a rock.
Like, I want like
which is a hard place.
Yes. Yeah, it is very hard inside rocks most of the time. But like I want like to see more Crab Clan cards from the Crab pack. I'd like to see more from like the other Dynasty packs and stuff like that, which I know you can go look at all those. They're all out there, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't have access to they're not on the Discord to see where they all got spoiled and things like that. So, it'd be cool to see more of that from FFG directly so that there is less of like a that I feel like some of these leaks are driven by people not getting as much information as maybe they'd like. And if they could see more of what was coming sooner, they might not be so eager to like hunt down, kidnap playtesters or whatever and get their leaks some other way.
It's like an adolescent teen hunting around a parent's bedroom.
No, never mind. We're done here. Moving on. I don't
Or
know
at least
where that analogy was going, but I don't like it.
Okay. It's out there. You can take that as you will.
Yeah.
It's been said. All right. So let's do something fun to stop that, whatever that was. Let's do a flavor text off. I had this idea. I've heard this in other podcasts, and I thought it'd be fun to take into L5R.
All right.
So, Nick, I'm going to read. We each picked out 5 cards because we talked about this before. But I'm going to read Nick. Oh no! I just sorry. Explicit tag. I just closed one by accident because I was trying to be quiet with my mouse. So I have 4. If I can think of it, I'll pull it back up. But I have 4 cards. I'm going to read the flavor text, the little small italic print at the bottom of a card. And we're going to see if Nick can identify the card based on its flavor text alone. And no Googling, no cheating on this, okay? Oh, okay. I found my substitute last one. First one. 1 man, 1 sword, 1 strike. Kikita. 2 hands. Miyamoto.
That is 2 Heavens technique.
Good work.
1 Fate attachment. Yeah. That
I
gives
like
you
that.
covert.
It does. Sorry. So here's how this is gonna go. I'm gonna play my side of the game, and Nick's gonna get every freaking one of these, and then he's gonna name his, and they're all gonna be Crane cards, and I won't know any of them.
I only have 1 Crane card in here. Okay.
Oh wow! All right.
Yeah.
So should we interleave? Do you want to go back and forth, or should I give you all mine?
No, let's go back and forth.
All right. Yeah, because I won't seem.
All right. So I'm up 1-0 is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, it would be an honor if you would join us.
Wow. Got nothing. Is it the 6 cost Crane? The big
Winter Court hosts.
Yes. Damn.
Nope. It's even simpler than that.
That would make sense, though, right?
It's formal invitation.
Oh, nice. Yes, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Good one. Okay, so mine is: I would not trust them with my life. I would not trust them with yours.
Huh.
Yes.
Huh. So that sounds like a Scorpion card, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's the 5 cost 4/4 that you can add fate by reducing honor.
And it's called.
Oh God! It begins with an I. Shit.
Yes.
God. I don't know.
Ignoble
Look,
Enforcer.
I described. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I described the entire card except for
You did.
the name.
Did you say the glory count though, or the Bushi? I don't know.
Well, excuse me.
Good work. That's pretty good. How did you get that? That's good.
I talked it through, right? I'm like, okay, well, it's
Mhm.
definitely a scorpion card because it's about
So,
people not trusting people.
ignoble enforcers.
Well, no, it's scorpion card. It says I would not trust them.
Them. There's
So
two of
it's got to
them.
be multiples. There were two guys in art. Like, yeah.
Sure.
So that's how
Okay.
I narrowed it down.
Wow. This is gonna go really good, Nick. Really bad, Eric. Keep going.
All right. So I got like what, 1.5? Are we giving me a half there? Or?
No, you get two. You get two.
Okay. All right. So this one is facing a crisis of children. The dragon were willing to turn even to the peasantry to find new heirs.
I should know this because it's a dragon card, huh?
Yeah.
It obviously has to do with. So it's not. What dragon like peasants are now monks or Miyamoto prodigy, or is it the what's the 2 cost attach a thing and the Nitin adept maybe or something?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
You
Hit me.
just want the. All right. It's adopted kin.
Oh, of course.
They are adopting
That's
kin
the card
from
about
the,
adopting.
the
Yeah.
peasants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow, you're creaming me, man. It's not good. Well, so the
Tuesday.
rest of mine, I feel like the rest of mine aren't like that hard. I like the flavor text.
Oh, fair.
Okay. The only thing that is certain is that something will go wrong. Bayushi's Lies.
So definitely a scorpion card because Bayushi. Huh. What's okay? I can't think of the name of the card. Like misdirection or something like that, but it's the one where you can remove any number of shinobi characters from a conflict.
You're thinking of Smoke and Mirrors, I think.
Is that the one?
That is the one that you're talking about, yes.
All right, so then I'm wrong.
Smoke and Mirrors is, yes, during a conflict, choose any number of attacking shinobi characters you control. Move each chosen character home.
Yeah.
The flavor text on that card I thought about was, what was that? But no.
Oh, that one would be rough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just nothing. Contingency plan was the
Oh,
only thing that can go
God.
that is certain is that something will go wrong. Okay. So,
All right.
haha.
I didn't even identify the clan of that one correctly.
No, yeah, you said it was a scorpion.
Yeah. All right. So, this next one is so long as he never lost his feet, he would never stop fighting.
That's cool.
Right?
It never lost his feet. I have no idea. I have nothing. I don't even have a. Give me a hint. Let's give me narrow it down a little bit.
It's a lion card.
Oh, yeah. It's a Legion of One.
Nope.
God, really?
It's an attachment.
Is it the one Karyahu or whatever?
Kamayari.
Kamayari.
Oh, that's a good point because that's the one that you use to trip people.
It's tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
What is it?
Heroic Resolve.
Okay.
It's a
All the line cards are like
fighting.
Like it's I'm fighting till the bitter end. I don't know. Legion of One. I thought that one was good. Listen, okay, guess. All right, how about this one? The ant and the beetle are equal beneath the sun. The beetle and the ant are equal beneath the moon. Nice. You don't know this one?
I have no idea. I am still leading 2-0.
Yeah.
The ant and the beetle. Is that Mono no Owari?
No.
Damn.
You get one more try.
Perfect Land Ethos.
Nice try. This is Togashi Tadakatsu, the monk heretic.
Who the hell is... Oh, that guy. All right. Well, I was right. He's a Perfect Land member. I'm like on the right path.
He is a member of the sect, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You don't get the point. But I've gotten
Harsh.
0, 2, 0. Oh man, I got to make up some ground here. Is this
Yeah.
my what card is this? The fourth? I don't know.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so I have to get this in the next one. Great.
Yep. It's a tie. Anyway, so this one is The Face is the First Traitor by Yushi's Lies.
I want to say this is like Court Mask.
Close.
Or they have a million masks.
I know.
Liar's Mask.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
All right, cool.
Got it. You're on
I
the
got
board.
1 point. All right, so now you're definitely going to get this next one. So maybe I should pick. It's too obvious.
So now I'm getting the difficulty.
Well, there has to be a game here. I'm so close. All right, how about this one? You will have sorry. Whoa. I start that one over again. You will have the time you need. Use it wisely.
Have the time you need, use it wisely.
This makes me appreciate this card a little more than it did.
I keep thinking like mechanically, like
yes,
that sounds like what Waning Hostilities does.
No. I mean yes, it does, but no.
Always, but it's not Waning Hostilities.
It mechanically, yes. You will have the time that you need. It is a crab card.
Crab delay card. In Defense of Rokugan.
Nope. It is a corset card.
Really?
Yes.
Reprieve? I have no idea.
Vanguard Warrior.
Literally no idea. Okay. All right.
It's Vanguard Warrior. So
fair.
He's sacrificing himself to. You'll have the time you need. Go fix things.
All right. Okay. So I'm on to my last one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm going to do the other one after this last one anyway, because I feel like it's better.
Got it. All right. So this one is, there is no justice. There is just us. Right?
I'm going to go with Fate Worse Than Death.
No.
Really?
It's a crab card. We're ending on
No
crab
justice.
here.
It's like Pit Trap. That doesn't seem right. No justice. Just us. Crab card. Is it a character or a conflict card?
It's a character.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, it could be both, but
yeah. Just us. No, got nothing.
Stoic Magistrate.
Okay.
Yeah. All like the magistrate texts are like about justice and stuff. So
no. All right.
Original cycle anyway.
All right, so you win, but let's do one more.
Boom.
No one could accuse you of vanity with such a style.
Backhanded compliment.
Yeah, I figured that was going to be too easy.
I like that one.
Yeah. All right, good work. You've predictably out texted me. Yeah, and some of these, I don't know. I was thinking Taka, but I feel like that's pretty predictable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of them you can really tell, but so one that I was going to go with that I decided not to was Righteous Magistrate. The text is just, her gaze silences dissent, which I feel like is
some of them too
hints
generic
whatsoever to go off.
Yeah.
Of.
Yeah. All right.
Cool in context, but yeah.
Well, I think due to the lateness of the hour, that we'll probably wrap things up at this point, unless you had something fantastic that you wanted to mention that we forgot to talk about.
I have nothing fantastic now.
All right. We were originally planning to, and I guess we're going to use this for a future episode. We were going to try and run through uses for ostensibly useless cards, like cards that you kind of look through and you're like, what? I don't even remember this card existing. And trying to, like, now that things have, more cards have come out and people have more time to play the game, going back and saying, all right, well, can we do anything with this card? Like, can we build a silly deck around it? Will it fit into something that's actually competitive? Or, why are cards that everyone just says are bad, why are they bad? If it is, are they still bad?
Yep.
So we're going to try and look into that in the next episode. And I think that's about it, right, Nick?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, with that said, Peasants, let me tell you about Peasants.
Oh, God. We were just talking about flavor text. I
Samurai
threatened Eric. I threatened
seldom
Eric that I was
notice.
going to read him
Oh.
the text on Meek Informant as one of his things, and he would not.
I think I might have gotten it. Samurai seldom notice peasants, but peasants always notice samurai. Good night, folks.
Good night.
You've been listening to The Meek Informant. You can find us on the web at www.facebook.com/The Meek Informant, and can subscribe to our podcast through Google's podcast app, Apple's podcast app via iTunes, or Podbean at themeekinformant.podbean.com/feed.xml. Want to continue the conversation about today's topic or any of our other content? We can be reached via our Facebook page or email themeekinformant@gmail.com. We also have a Twitter account @meekinformant. Our YouTube or Twitch accounts can also be found by searching for The Meek Informant. If you would like to help others find us, please consider writing a review on iTunes or wherever you subscribe to our show. Thanks for listening, and remember, samurai seldom notice peasants. Peasants always notice samurai.